We're in the Catskills Mountains, about an hour and a half north of New York City. This is actually the road where the car crash happens in the Doctor Strange movie. And we're up here to check out a property that is crushing it on Airbnb.
I've had weekends book at $1,000 a night, and I've had some of the holidays book at like over $1,000 a night.
Meet Ben Smith. He is the owner of this lake house in Sullivan County, New York. He spent the past year building the property, and he spared no expense.
Almost the biggest tiles I've ever seen. Like that's like,
They're,
what is that?
4x2.
Patterns lined up.
The pattern lines up.
But he's also picked up some deals along the way.
It was also from Marketplace, and it's like a $12,000 tub. I think I got it for $4,000 or something. The guy hardly used it. You can see it's like brand new.
He's created an incredible guest experience that is seeing very high nightly rates and close to 100% occupancy, even in off-peak season.
October was like booked solid, and now November's like completely booked out.
Now, I booked this house for 3 nights, and something you don't see on the Airbnb listing is just how amazing the lake looks in the morning. I knew this property had a unique story behind it, so I sat down with the owner who shared with me the whole process, starting with how he found the lot.
We had a boat at the marina just down the road. So I used to drive past this piece like all the time, and it sat on the market forever, and it was actually a mess. There was a huge tree that was down in the middle of the site, and one point I thought, hold on, like this isn't actually a bad piece. And I came around the back on the boat and I saw the frontage, and the broker said that it actually had like a really nice beach, and that pricked my interest. And I was like, a beach? And so I drove down here, and the beach was covered in like 3 foot of driftwood and trash, and it was just like a total mess. But I saw the beach underneath. I thought, oh, private beach, like. And that is what sold it for me. And then I started negotiating, and we closed on the land in early 2022.
As Ben started to build on the lot, the plan for the house expanded from a small property to something much larger and more luxurious.
I had a partner in the early days as well, and he had ideas about different things like putting a second master downstairs, and the plan like expanded and expanded and expanded. We started to think about, you know, who are the kind of people that are going to want to stay here and that are willing to pay the premium dollars that, you know, we would like to achieve, and how are we going to make the space work for them, and ultimately just give them a great time and have them really enjoy themselves. That was really the idea.
So this is your kitchen. Why don't you tell us? This is the main, the chef's
This
kitchen?
is the chef's kitchen, Ben. So look, you know, you got a nice big island, which I always like.
It's sizable.
Yeah, and the way I like to set this up is so no matter where you are, you're looking over there. And the sink is the most used station in the kitchen. This is where you spend most of the time. So look, you're just looking straight out here.
Yeah, it's
every
beautiful.
seat on the bar looks out to the view. The cool thing about this table is it comes with these 2 benches. So you can actually be a dining table with the top. It can be a ping pong table, and it can be a pool table.
Wow.
So people, you know, it's got flexibility.
I want to ask you about these tiles, because these
yeah.
are like almost the biggest tiles I've ever seen. Like that's like,
They're,
what is that?
4x2. 4 foot by 2
4
foot.
foot by 2
Yeah.
foot. That's really huge.
Yeah, and the pattern, look, you want to talk about another challenge to the building?
The pattern's lined up.
The
pretty
pattern
much.
lines up. It's supposed to line up. They didn't quite get it right, as you can see, but I didn't mind on the floor, but on the walls, they totally screwed it up.
So you had to rip it out and
I had to rip them all out and start again, and I had to get all new tiles for the guys, because, you know, it's quite a strong pattern, and when it lines up, it looks kind of cool.
Beautiful. Yeah.
But when it doesn't line up, it actually looks like really like not so great.
It's like one of those things. You had one job. You
Yeah.
had one job. Who paid for that? Did you have to pay for it yourself?
I paid for the tile, and the tiler redid the labor.
Oh, you paid for the extra
Yeah,
material.
I paid for the material, but you know, we kind of go hard.
But as the build went on, Ben's partner pulled out.
In the end, the money that he was expecting to come to invest in this didn't come. So I'd already started. I wasn't waiting for the guy. I was spending all my money first, and then he was going to come in and continue and finish the project off. So I basically had to liquidate and sell almost everything I owned just to finish the house. So that was a really stressful time and challenging because I had the project underway. You don't want to like half build a house and then stop. You can't do that because of winterizing. Exactly. So in the end, I had to scramble to pull the funds together to get the whole thing finished.
But Ben did get it finished, and the result was incredible. Guests have a view across the lake from multiple rooms.
Yeah.
When you wake up with that steam coming off the lake.
They have access to a private hot tub.
This is another feature of the house I really love. I've never had a hot tub myself. And to sit in here and to, like, it's a full therapeutic tub, so every seat has a different massage. Massage your neck, your lower back, your upper back.
You can kind of rotate around.
Yeah, exactly. But not only that, but look, you sit here and look what you're looking at. You can literally be sitting in the tub, like looking out over the view. So it's just epic down here. I love it.
They have indoor and outdoor fireplaces, a balcony to dine on, and of course, lake access with a private beach when the water level allows. And all of this is proving a hit on Airbnb.
We launched in mid-July. We were booked solidly like July and August, and that was really good. So we got off to a really good start.
What percentage would you say?
I would say we're at like probably 85 to 90% July and August. But don't forget, this was my first 6 weeks on the market. So like I've got no reviews at all, but people are still booking.
This demand meant that Ben could push the nightly rates higher, and in his first couple of months, he hit a very important income milestone with the property.
Well, the best month so far would have been August, because it was like still in the summer. I think there was at least one holiday weekend, and it was well over 5 figures, well over, yeah. So that was and that was my first full month. That was my first full month.
Your first month. That's great.
Yeah.
But then September hit, and it looked like Ben's worst fears were materializing.
As soon as we hit Labor Day, the bookings just like stopped. They actually stopped. I had no bookings at one point, and I was just like, what's going on? But I just kind of let it play out.
But it seems it was just a minor hiccup.
October was like booked solid, and now November's like completely booked out right through into December. There's like 2 nights in all of November that aren't booked. So we're up at like 95% occupancy or something.
In the winter, the general rate people pay is a bit lower. However, Ben can still charge very high rates at weekends and on holidays.
Recently got a booking that was right around the $4,000 mark for 4 nights. And that's one of my best bookings actually to get. I've had weekends book at $1,000 a night, and I've had other some of the holidays book at like over $1,000 a night, but to get 4 nights in a row at $1,000 a night, so that's a $4,000 booking. And it is over Thanksgiving, but it also is, like I said, the off season. So that's just a really strong booking, and that's indicative, I think, of things to come. And now we've got a few reviews. We don't have a bunch of reviews yet. We're up to like 11 reviews. As that builds, then into next summer, the rate's going to start going up and up, and that's when I think, you know, we'll see the real money come in.
And this has inspired me for my own Airbnb project that I'm working on, which is actually very close to launching. I asked Ben what his most important piece of advice for myself or any other aspiring Airbnb host is.
Try to create a space and an experience that they're going to have an awesome time. And if you think about that first, then they're going to become your raving fans. They're going to give you 5-star reviews. They're going to tell your friends about it. And then it's going to like, your success is going to build from there. And just don't be cheap. Like, I put all the best stuff in here, like the softest toilet paper, the hotel style toiletries. Like, I don't skimp out on little things because, you want your guests to just be like, oh, this is like awesome,
If you want to see the full 25-minute video with all of Ben's stories and advice, I'm going to put it on my channel on Ganjing World. It's a social media site that specializes in education and family-friendly content. The link for that will be below in the description section.
Well, thanks a lot, Ben, for sharing all this with us. And we'll put a link to Ben's Airbnb in the description below, so you can stay here. If you live in New York City or live in Connecticut, it's within driving distance. It's within like 2 hours of New York City. Basically, if you live tri-state area, this is perfect for you. So if you want to have a weekend away, Ben's Airbnb. I mean, it's the winter now, but it's still an awesome place to stay. You can go in the hot tub, you'll be looking out over the lake and the snow, and it's close to, where is it? Holiday Mountain, Ski Mountain.
Right.
And the casino, Resorts World Casino, if you like that kind of thing as well. So yeah, if you want to stay, we'll put the link to it below. But otherwise, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we'll see you guys next time.
My pleasure. Thank you.